fellow banjo enthusiasts, here with a product review. I had the opportunity to review some bridges from David Cunningham at DC Banjoworks. And I was a little bit hesitant and or apprehensive of trying out his bridges because at the time he was using woods I've never heard of. So if you're one of those traditionalists that has to have maple and ebony, you can get those from David, but one of his, at least to me, one of his best bridges is the ones made out of some other types of woods. In particular, the zebra wood with Cadillac's top on it. And I was like, why in the world does that work so well? And I did a little research and looked up some different woods that he uses and other folks use for their bridges, and looked up the hardness scale. There's something called the Janka hardness scale, and all of the woods that he uses is very similar in hardness to more traditional woods that you're used to hearing. And he also offers some of those woods too. So he has maple and he has some walnut and some different kind of things for the tops. He's got ebony and he's got Cadillac's, which is also known as Mexican ebony, which I really like, and it's actually just a little bit harder than traditional ebony. He also has the rosewood and purple heart and some of the things that you've heard of before. What I really like about the zebra wood, and in fact I've got two zebra wood bridges with the Cadillac's tops on both of my banjos, and they're not coming off anytime soon. One of the things I like about his bridges is they're very consistent. He actually makes his bridges on a little CNC machine, and I'm not an expert on all that, but he is. He's a machinist by trade, so he knows a lot about setting all of that stuff up. But once you set up the specs on the computer, then I think you're going to get a consistent bridge, consistent product every time. Now, obviously, every bridge isn't going to sound exactly the same, but they were going to have the same shape, the same dimensions. He can use different woods to get different sounds. This one has got a reddish top to it. This one's a maple one. I think it's called Padauk, P-A-D-A-U-K. I think it's the top for it, and it's more comparable to rosewood or your purple heart. It's a little bit harder than that, though. And David hasn't been making bridges for too long, but I see him on the Banjo Hangout all the time, and he's always trying to learn stuff. You know, he gives credit to other bridge makers and tries to learn from them, but also he's new enough where he likes to try to experiment. So somebody will say something about a wood and he'll say, oh, I want to get some of that and try it and see what happens. So I really know this it's a labor of love. And as far as the zebra wood bridge, to me it's got every single good quality that I like in a bridge. It has it. It's got lots of volume and punch. It's got some sustain. Usually in the past I've tried, you got the hard maple and you've got the soft maple, and I like both. I usually gravitated towards the softer maple, the red maple, because it's got a little more clarity and a little sweeter up the neck. Whereas the hard maple is to me, it's usually a little bit louder and has more sustain and overtones with it. A little more brash sounding. And to me, the zebra wood bridge that I have, it's kind of right in between. It's got the happy medium of, it's got all of the sweet sounds up the neck, especially when you move to the Y position. It's got plenty of sizzle. Okay, and also down the neck, it's got plenty of volume with nice sustains and overtones. So if you get a chance, why don't you check out David Cunningham at DC Banjoworks. And I also seen that he's been experimenting around with making some other types of bridges. Like I saw one he had for the big double bass, a beautiful bridge. Once he gets that set up in his computer on the CNC machine, he should be able to replicate that for you. Also, he's offering some other luthier services, setups, refrets, what else did he say? Spike installation. But also, if you've got a banjo project, he is a machinist by trade. He is a professional at it. And he's offering heel cutting for your banjo necks, and also for notching your flange. So if you have any kind of machining needs for your banjo projects, you need to get a hold of David. He was more than willing to work with you, figure out exactly what you want, what kind of sound you want, and he'll get you set up. So thanks for watching.